Hey everyone, thanks and welcome back to the Listen Up Girl podcast. Before I get started on Sunday, November 16th news, I wanted to ask if you could please go to the description of this podcast and click on the audience survey link. This survey helps me understand who my audience is, and I want to get your thoughts on what's working with my podcast, Everything and Anything and a Bit Gay. I have so many ideas for the show, and before I make any decisions, I would love to get your feedback. The survey only takes 10 minutes, and I appreciate your support. But let's get into today's news because I got some interesting stories ahead. So JFK's grandson, Jack Schlossberg, launches congressional bid in New York City. So Jack, grandson of President John F. Kennedy, is running for Congress in New York's 12th District, which includes some of the nation's gayest neighborhoods like Hell's Kitchen, Chelsea, Union Square, and parts of the Upper East Side. Jack, known for his playful online persona, memes, and political commentary, says he wants to bring youthful leadership to the district. His candidacy has already gone viral, with supporters branding him as Gen Z Camelot. Awesome. And he's a good-looking guy, too, of course. Next, Pope Leo to share Jubilee lunch with trans Catholic women. What reporters say is an unprecedented gesture. Pope Leo will host a private lunch at the Vatican on November 16th with several trans women, including activist Elisa Nobel. The meeting is part of the Catholic Church's Jubilee Year activities. She hopes to urge the Pope to protect LGBTQ rights and not backtrack under pressure. The Vatican has not commented, but LGBTQ plus Catholics say the meeting signals cautious but meaningful progress. Sticking with the Catholics, U.S. Catholic bishops vote to ban gender-affirming care in Catholic hospitals nationwide. The U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops overwhelmingly voted to ban all gender-affirming care in Catholic hospitals, including puberty blockers, hormones, and surgeries, even when doctors recommend them. Catholic Health Networks operates thousands of hospitals, clinics, and provides across the United States, meaning millions of patients are now affected. LGBTQ plus rights say the ban will harm trans people in rural regions with limited healthcare options. This next story is very disturbing, and I just hope there is no truth to this. Epstein emails spark questions about Donald Trump and mysterious Bubba. A newly released email exchange between Jeffrey Epstein and his brother is raising eyebrows online. The message references Donald Trump and someone only identified as Bubba, prompting thousands of social media users to trade theories and jokes. Lawyers for Epstein's victims say it wants deeper investigation, but no one knows who Bubba is or why Trump allegedly blew him, as the email says. Online, there's been some reports saying that Bubba could be former President Bill Clinton. I just hope if Bill Clinton was going to try something with a man, it's his choice, but please don't let it have been Trump. Please. After passport ruling, State Department quietly removes trans marker guidance. Following the Supreme Court ruling allowing Trump anti-trans passport policies to take effect, the State Department quietly stripped its website of all instructions for changing gender markers. Even more alarming, an update FAQ suggests existing for trans and non-binary Americans could be reevaluated, potentially revoked. Civil rights groups say the vague language is deliberately chilling. It's insane. Next, MAGA conspiracy influencers now state Transvestigating Charlie Kirk and his widow. The far-right conspiracy world is turning inward, with QAnon-style creators now transvestigating Charlie Kirk and his widow, Erica Kirk, accusing them of secretly being trans. You heard that right. The trend rooted in anti-LGBTQ plus obsession labels random people as biologically male or female based on body measurements, photos, or vibes. Experts say it's proof that once you embrace conspiracy thinking, No one is safe. I'm not a Charlie Kirk fan, but to say that him and his wife were trans, where do people come up with this? It's really crazy to me. Next, Pensacola Christmas drag show survives attempted shutdown by Florida Attorney General. Florida Attorney General James Udemeyer tried to shut down a holiday drag performance in Pensacola, calling it demonic, obscene, and anti-Christian. But the city council rejected his request, saying his arguments were unsupported and inappropriate for government intervention. The show will go on, and organizers say ticket sales may have doubled since Uthemeyer's comments. Good. I hope it is a huge, successful show. Next, we go to Boston, where Boston Hotel settles after wrongly removing lesbian couple from a bathroom. The Liberty Hotel in Boston has issued a public apology, making a donation to an LGBTQ plus charity, and settled a discrimination complaint after 2 cisgender lesbian women were forcibly removed from the women's restroom by security guards who wrongly accused one of them was a man. The couple says the experience was humiliating and frightening. Activists say the case underscores how anti-trans panic harms cisgender LGBTQ people too. I mean, how humiliating is that? You're just trying to use the bathroom as a cisgender lesbian woman, and you are removed because a security guard made a mistake. And Boston, too, that's what I'm really surprised about more than anything. Boston is so liberal. It's my city, and I am shocked. And my final story is Ruby Rose says Sydney Sweeney ruined film and accuses her of anti-gay bias. Ruby Rose set social media ablaze by accusing actress Sydney Sweeney of hating gay people and ruining her film Christie, which bombed at the box office. Rose said she left the project early due to concerns about Sydney's behavior. Sydney has not responded publicly, but insiders say the fallout is escalating behind the scenes. There's been a lot of talk about Sydney Sweeney, how she is a big MAGA supporter and she supports Trump. If you Google it, I'm sure you will find lots of stories about it. So let's wait to see what happens with her, because I did really like her a lot when she was in Euphoria and not being a big Trump supporter, but you never know who people are. And that's my news for today on Sunday, November 16th. Thanks so much for listening to my podcast. If you have not already subscribed, please do. And check back later this week for more LGBTQ plus news, and have a great Sunday.